So we're back with the cricket here. Kenar Lewis has come out with, we'll confirm the other batsman, could be Shahir Hassan. And so batting strength here for Somerset Cavaliers. They're enjoying a very good tournament. And we're just about getting ready here as we see Vijay Malela, the umpire, is trying to get the attention of the Sung crew to that they're ready for a restart here. And welcome back, Faisal Shah.
Thank you very much, Lenny. And yeah, we are all set for the run chase. Lewis was in sublime form last night at his brutal best. And Shahir also contributed with a good knock. Let's see the Scorpions, what they have got in stores in terms of their bowling. 77 is all that they have to defend. You've seen funny things happen on a cricket field, so we'll have to wait and see which way this game go. I'm sure being a knockout game and Scorpions have made it that far, they won't let it go that easy, Lenny.
Just trying to make sure that the scores are put in place and everything is ready, and so we'll have to wait a little bit. Malela wants to get going, and these umpires are very strict on their control of time in this tournament, in this series, and always trying to get the game moving along. So we get the signal here from the scoring crew. Lewis and Hassan are the opening pair, and Anis Davids given the ball.
A little bit of swing into the batsman and swing off the bat by Lewis. The field is set. Two sweepers on the onside. Lewis off the mark. And Cavaliers are off the mark as well.
So this tournament enjoying a huge global presence. Anis Davids comes out of South Africa. Shahir Hassan. Oh, what a ball here from Anis Davids. Hassan is yorked, and a wicket falls off the second ball.
That's a peach of a delivery from Hassan. And I beg your pardon, from Anis. And it swung really late into right-hander Hassan. Looking to play too far across the line. Went underneath his bat as Anis celebrate. And that's the much-needed breakthrough. Cavaliers are 1 for 1.
Yeah, just what Scorpions needed. Second ball wicket, and what a ball from Anis Davids. And so far he's equaled the score with the amount of wicket, 1 for 1. A wicket off his second ball. Brilliant start to his bowling spell. A spell of only 2 overs.
Yeah, it swung very, very late. At decent pace. And Shahir, who was looking to play it a bit too square, nothing away from Anis. That was a terrific delivery. We watch once again. Started from way outside the off stump and swung back late. Hit the timber.
A similar ball. Oh, what a take there from the wicketkeeper. Marshall comes out and gets a brilliant ball off the bowling of Davids.
Anis has got that ball talking. As we've been saying, the lights are on. There's plenty happening in the air. A lot of swing, and always the left-hander becomes a dangerous bowler, and he has the ability to bowl that ball back into the right-hander.
So Marshall gets one through the gap. Lovely shot. Couple of bounces, and it goes away for 4.
That's the experience of Marshall for you. He didn't try to hit it too hard. That one swung too. But Marshall just chipped it over the infield. Excellent timing. Couple of bounces and 4 runs.
Yeah, he's having a good series, that Marshall. Already a triple figure in this series. He joins a very small club, a club of 7 or 8 individuals who scored 100. Oh, Marshall goes high into the night. Oh, fielder is running back. Always a difficult one. And Marshall gets a couple of runs. Ball in the air for a very long time. And it appears that one of the Myberg boys might have run back. Always difficult. And he does not hold on. Marshall picks up a couple of runs.
It was an extremely difficult catch. Went into the air and a long, long way. And Marshall swiveled around underneath the ball. Couldn't get hold of it.
So ball played up towards the offside. Fielder giving chase. Running up towards the cover boundary. And Marshall picks up another couple of runs. So he's been quite productive. He's up to 8. And the score goes up to 9 for the loss of 1.
Marshall could barely reach that one. That was too wide. Got off the toe end of the bat, but found the gap. 2 more runs. Marshall has come out all guns blazing now.
Yeah, there's certainly he has batted extremely well so far. Marshall with 8. Lewis is on 1. And they have lost Hassan. A brilliant first ball.
And Marshall is lucky to be there. I know it was a very, very difficult chance. But the difference is that defending such totals, you got to take everything that come your way. And Cavaliers showed that earlier in the field. They were exceptional with their catching.
Yes, Shaw, you're right on that. When you're defending small totals, you've got to make even the half chances, full chances. And you've got to accept everything that comes along. The bowler has given you an opportunity to get a wicket. And Myberg, a very difficult one, but still some bit of amazing catching would have make a big difference. Ball and another wicket goes down here. So Lewis is gone, caught at first slip. And the second wicket goes down for Somerset Cavaliers. It's 9 for 2.
And Safyan Sharif, the Scottish international, into the attack and straight away gets the breakthrough for his team as Lewis went for a wide delivery, but it was swinging. An excellent take at the slip just above his head, and the breakthrough has been provided once again. Cavaliers have lost 2 wickets now, and Safyan Sharif has got the wicket off his very first delivery.
Yeah, brilliant start to a 2-over bowling spell. And just inducing the edge, a big expansive drive from Kinar Lewis, the Talawa player. And that's the end of him, 9 for 2. Zaidi comes out to the middle. Saeed Ashar Zaidi, ex-SXT20 player. And he comes in here with some bit of batting work to do here, Shah. They're batting at 9 for 2.
Yeah, but if you look at the pedigree of the Cavaliers side, even Ashar Zaidi, he's a known match winner on his own day, in his own right. So Safyan would need to keep coming up with wickets.
Oh, diving stop from a wide ball going down the leg side.
It's again good shape from Safyan, but misdirected this time. He's a very, very tall lad and got the ball to bounce and swing, but misdirected. He's played 36 ODIs. Safyan, he's a Scottish international, and if you remember, he was the one who bowled the last over and won the game for Scotland against England. As Ashar said, he gets behind that one. Nice lifting delivery.
Yeah, we've seen good bowling here from Sharif, a very experienced player considering comes out of Scotland, and would have played several one international as Shaw mentioned. So Zaidi yet to get off the mark. They're batting at 10 for 2. Kane ball sliding down the leg side. Called a wide here from umpire Gajar. And Raheel, the wicketkeeper, he has done well to mop up some ball going down the leg side. And those ball, if it gets away from the keeper, could go for 5 wide. So he has done well to block up a couple of balls that is badly misdirected by the bowler. 11 for 2.
He looks at the crease, suggesting he's having trouble with his landing with all that rain around. But Sharif has played 29 T20 internationals with 32 wickets, and his best bowling at that level is 4 for 24. Very, very exciting pace bowler coming out of Scotland.
Another good delivery here. Zaidi can score. So Sharif has really come into his own. Only a couple of runs from the over. An over in which, in fact, a couple of wides, really. And in fact, the first ball would have gotten the wicket of Keenar Lewis, and Keenar Lewis is one of the big bats in this tournament.
As we're talking about him last night, he was at his belligerent best, hitting some massive hits with all his power and muscle. But Sharif pouched him on his very first delivery.
So Marshall is on 8. They scamper through for 1 finally. And in fact, strikes the stump. The appeal goes up. And the umpire says not out.
Wow, the Scorpion boys are stunned. They're just looking at the umpire, looking at each other. They thought they got Zaidi. Terrific piece of fielding. Slight hesitation as well. A direct hit as Zaidi was trying to make his ground. He slid his bat. The reactions suggest that he was short, but umpire was in excellent position to make the decision. And he ruled that Zaidi has made his ground. Off the mark, Ashar Zaidi, 12 for 2.
Yeah, good fielding there from the man outside the off stump. Zaidi survives. He gets off the mark with a single. And now the fluent Xavier Marshall on 8. And they're batting at 12 for 2 in the second over. Brilliant bowling so far here from Sufyan Sharif. He's bowled extremely well, considering defending a small total. A game half the length of a T20 match. And he runs in again to bowl to Marshall. And Marshall is playing and missing outside the off stump. Ball going through to Raheel.
It's such a shame with the talent that's on display that we lost so much time due to rain. But you can watch Sharif bowl all day. He's been bowling brilliantly. He's a tall lad. All the pace and the movement that he's got has put the Cavaliers batsmen in quite a bit of a difficulty. Already removing the informed Lewis.
And a couple of slips in place. Marshall goes through the onside and will run away for 4. So he beats the man at wide mid-on. And Marshall taking on Sufyan. And in the end, a victory here for Somerset Cavaliers, 16 for 2.
Yeah, Marshall being an international player himself, he's up to the challenge of Sharif. Short of length, Marshall picked up the length very quickly, slightly in the air, but away from the fielder, and skids off the turf to hit the boundary fence. Good end to the over for Cavaliers. They've moved to 16 for 2, but an excellent over from Sufyan.
Yes, Shah, and that's the predicament that the captain will have here. The bowling spells are so short. There are 2 of his bowling spell. What do you do with Sufyan and Anis Davids, who has bowled relatively well considering what has happened here?
Well, in my opinion, wickets are the key here. If Somerset Cavaliers have wicket in hand at the end, no runs will be safe. So they need wickets up top, like what happened in Scorpions innings. They were 5 down pretty quickly. So if I was the captain, I would let Sufyan another over.
Yeah.
Try and see if he can remove Marshall and Zaidi and set cat amongst the pigeons.
Yes, Shah, in other words, you're saying you play your trump cards at this stage. You want to get all the pressure in early.
It's such a short duration, 10 overs. There's hardly any chance of a comeback, so why not?
So the captain perhaps have heard you, and Anis Davids continue with a slip in place and a man at backward point in catching position here. So Anis David comes out of South Africa. And if South African people are watching, it's almost like 2 o'clock in the morning over there. So not too sure if people might be up watching Anis Davids here in Broward County. Not a beautiful outswinger. This is a limited over game, and every ball that goes by and that is not scored from.
Such an interesting passage of play here. The ball is moving around, and the left-hand, right-hand combination working in favor at the moment of Cavaliers, because the way Anis was bowling, bringing the ball back into the right-hander, he would have troubled Marshall, but he's stuck at non-striker end.
Yes, I did see Marshall going down to Zaidi. Ball driven. Well, beats the man. Short mid off and goes away for 4. What a shot from Zaidi. Finally breaks some pressure here. And he goes up to 5. It's 20 for 2.
Zaidi meets fire with fire now. Full pitch delivery swinging. But Zaidi went for it, found the middle of the bat. Excellent placement at the same time. No chance for the fielder. And as I say, the talent on display is providing some scintillating cricket here.
Yeah, I was talking to Zaidi earlier on in the series, and he says he's making a move from Essex T20. They use him for T20 format. He's going to Northamptonshire now, and he's also taking up some coaching.
Yeah, he's a hot property when it comes to T20 Blast in the UK because of his prowess not only with the bat but with the ball as well.
Oh, he comes down the track, a commanding shot. And it's gone one bounce for four. So a good-looking shot from Zaidi coming down the track and lifting the ball deliberately over the 30-yard circle. And he goes up to 9. It's 24 for 2.
Sensational batting from Ashar Zaidi, charging down the wicket. Anis is bowling full to get that movement. But Zaidi got there and took it on the half volley, lifted over the infield. Another boundary.
So required rate 7.5. They're going at 8.4. And you get the impression with a couple of fours in this over, the pendulum has probably tilted a little bit back now to Somerset Cavaliers. But it's far from over. Ball turned into the onside. A good relief single here. Marshall will be on strike. In fact, Marshall will be out of strike as the over comes to an end. And that means Zaidi, when play resumes, will be the man on strike.
And that's experience for you, Lenny. Zaidi, after hitting 2 big shots, dropped the ball with soft hands away from any fielder and crossed over for a single. He's hogging the strike. The bowling is good, but the batting is even better, and the contest is fascinating.
So 53 runs needed from 42 balls, and the good thing here about the fielding side, there are more runs than deliveries remaining. That's a good advantage. So we'll have to wait and see. Could it be Sharif? I think he is taking off, and could be a new bowler here. We'll pick that up.
We'll have to see if that's the right choice. But the Scorpion skippers is ringing changes. I won't blame them for that. They want to try everything. I mean, the batsmen, you have to say, let him down with a slightly modest total. In the field, it's nothing to lose for them. So they want to keep chopping and changing, keep asking the questions from the Cavaliers batsmen. As Lenny said, they only need 53 of 42 balls with 8 wickets in hand.
So Murtaja given the ball here. Very important passage of play. And Zaidi we saw in the last of a couple of big boundaries. He's a very clever player as that Zaidi survived a big run out skier. And you've got to give the umpires some bit of credit here. Even at the international level, it's not easy to adjudicate direct hits, but he had to make a choice. Technology not available here yet.
You're right. Umpires have got to do all in that split second. With no use of technology, they don't have a second chance like we do. But talking of Zaidi's experience, tip and run, he's realized the conditions and situation that one of them batsmen, they need to keep batting for a while, whilst the other one can take the attack to the opposition.
So Marshall with a couple of fours. He's on 12. He's batted quite fluently in this game, Shah. He hasn't come in and be bogged down by the situation and certainly what has happened. And we'll have to wait and see what happens now. Murtaja runs in. Oh, Marshall gets a good delivery ball that seemed to have come back from the off stump. And they scamper through. In fact, they did not. So Marshall will retain strike 26 for 2.
And that was a good delivery from Murtaja. Nipped in quite sharply to Marshall, but was clearly missing the leg stump. There wasn't much of an appeal, but still good bowling. Murtaja seems to have a bit of pace about him.
Yeah, he does. He runs in again. Marshall gets another good delivery, so good bowling here. And you've got to give the Florida Scorpions some bit of credit here. They've brought out all the tricks and trade to defend their 77, and in this context of T10 game, you never know what can happen. If T20 is unpredictable, you can imagine what 10-10 is.
You're right, but it's exciting nonetheless. In fact, very exciting.
So we've seen 3-dot balls here off the bowling of Mortaja. In fact, the first ball went for a single, and then he's followed up with 3 dots. He can't ask for a better spell.
And still this time again, he beat Xavier's attempted pull shot. It got onto him a little quicker than what Xavier was expecting. It was splice at the bat. As I was saying, he's got a bit of pace about him. He's got a bit of fight in him.
So Cavaliers continue their winning ways, and we were talking about their played up towards the offside. Protection always out there once the power plays are done. And these days, Shah, in T20 cricket, that position, the deep cover position, is always protected, no matter what series, what game. There we go, trying to force the ball through the offside. But there's always protection in the deep after the power plays.
It's very hard to protect the onside boundaries against pace, because if the batsmen decide to go for the big one with these bats and short boundaries these days, even top edges fly for sixes. So bowlers try to go wide of the stumps on the offside, trying to pack that area to prevent the big boundaries.
Yes, Shaw making a play and a miss here by Zaidi, very close to the off stump. As the ball goes through to Raheel, the keeper. That completes the over. Marshall will be on strike. 27 for 2, 4 gone. And so that brings the equation down. 51 needed from 36 ball. 51 needed from 36. And we've seen a partnership here of 18 in a T10 game. Very important one, considering they've lost their couple of wickets. Shahir Hassan without scoring. And Kinar Lewis, the big hitter, for 1, 27 for 2.
See, one good over, Lenny, can change the equation. Already is 36, and the required run is jumped above 8. It's 8.5 to be precise. And in T10, as we say, there's very little time for comeback. So a couple of good overs for the bowling side could really pin down the batting side, as we saw in that one Tahir over. He took 3 wickets, and the Scorpions never flown off after that, and their innings just tamed towards a very timid end.
So Cameron Sheikh, senior, has been given the ball, and he comes in here at 27 for 2. Spin for the first time. And we'll come into bowl to Marshall. Marshall is on 13. Oh, short and pulled away over square leg. And it's gone the distance. 6 for Marshall. It's 33 for 2.
Asking for trouble, too short, and Marshall is too good a player to miss out on that. Absolutely smashed it, and it went a long, long way, breaking the shackles after the good over.
Yeah, we've seen good bowling from this end. Davids held it pretty tight, and now Cameron Sheikh Senior has gone for 6 off his first ball, so really not a good start what the captain wants. And again, Marshall goes through the square leg area. Fielder does well to keep the ball to only a single. But Marshall continues to be a flamboyant player here today. He's up to 20. It's 34 for 2.
Wasn't as short as the previous one, so Marshall couldn't get underneath it. And a terrific stop at the boundary, restricting the scoring to just 1.
So 44 to win from 34. Zaidi is on 11, the partnership of 25 between the pair. They have lost a couple of wickets quite quickly. The first wicket fell at 1. Second wicket fell at 9. Since then, we have seen somewhat of a good recovery. Oh, that's the that's the shot in the repertoire of batsmen these days that they always had, but now they're coming out of the closet.
Yeah, but Zaidi was struggling to reach his ground. That was a poor throw from the keeper. Gave him opportunity to complete the run, but he seems scurrying down.
Yeah, single
Short
for
man, Zaidi.
A single for Zaidi. May have gotten a tick on that one. Oh, Marshall now. The bat comes out of the hand. Yeah, but I don't know if from your part of the world, Shah, but the part that I came from in the West Indies, there used to be a saying that when you play street cricket, if the bat comes out of the batsman's hand and you catch it, the batsman is out. At least that's how in the West Indies the custom was.
Yeah, there's a similarity in subcontinent as well, especially Pakistan. if that ball, the bat goes flying, you just got to be the first one to get the bat and give it a kiss, and you will be the next man in. You get your turn.
Yeah, the news coming out of Big Bash, I understand that they're going to scrap the toss and now do a bat flip to decide batting or bowling first.
I don't know about Caribbean, but that's once again a thing that's used a lot in street cricket in Pakistan.
Oh, it's gone for 6. Marshall on the fire. He goes up to 41. Marshall goes up to 26. And that is Marshall's second 6 of the innings. He's batting well.
Marshall's gone up to 26. Kamran Senior is under severe pressure, and he's let the Cavaliers off the hook after some excellent bowling at the beginning, but Marshall have just hit that one. It was short down the leg side, asking for trouble. As I said, Marshall is too good a player to let these kind of gifts go away.
Yeah, Malayla, the umpire is just making sure that the drone is out of the playing area. And Marshall is trying to go big again. May have gotten an edge. We'll wait and see. Running up towards the fine leg boundary. And he's gone for byes. So every run, every byes, every extra will be counted. 45 for 2.
It's a missed opportunity. Kamran Senior has no luck at all as he beat Marshall with a good delivery as he was looking to heave him over long on. And the keeper also failed to gather the ball cleanly. I believe Marshall's back foot was moving, but keeper never got hold of the ball, and also cost 5 runs. 45 at the halfway stage. With the equation after one bad over, it's come right back in Cavaliers' favor. 33 of 30 balls. The time running out for the Scorpions. Let's see what kind of options they want to use again, because they need to keep taking wickets here.
So we'll wait and see. Marshall has batted extremely well. He's up to 26 from just 15 balls. Sharif will finish up here, and if Sharif can reproduce one of his earlier brilliance in his first over, we are in for a good bowling treat here.
Yes, Scorpions had to bring back their ace fast bowler in order to dislodge this pair.
So ball taken on the pad here. Zaidi is on 12, and you get the impression that Zaidi, such a smart cricketer, he wants to give up the strike to Marshall, who's been quite fluent, and you can see he makes special effort to really get Marshall coming down 22 yards.
Yes, smart thinking, but it was too close to the fielder. As we watch our drone at work, what a beautiful sight this is. Absolutely stunning views from the central Robert Park. As Sufyan once again, has Zaidi got away from strike this time? Yes, he has.
Yeah, very good. Smart play from Zaidi. Just realizing that Marshall is on the go. You don't want to get him cold. He's warmed up, and the engine is running smoothly. All you need to do is to allow the engine to really get going, and that's exactly what Zaidi is doing. He's playing into the hands of Marshall here. And Marshall had batted extremely well. He's up on 26. And you could see that when he strode to the middle, he meant business. As soon as Shahir Hassan, the batsman, got yorked, Marshall was quickly off the bench and walked out quite quickly. So he meant business.
You're right. And another interesting thing of that byplay is, as you rightly mentioned, players like Marshall, when he's in the groove, you don't want to starve him of strike, because you know the capabilities and the talents he has. Once he's hot, he can be really hot and take the game away from the opposition.
So Marshall, not the intended shot, ball choked. And he gets a single out to a short mid-on position. He goes up to 27. Zaidi comes back into play. And a very strong put together Somerset Cavaliers, the likes of Zaidi, Marshall, Kinar Lewis, Shahir Hassan. Here we go. The youths are having what you call a youth cup, part of the US Open this year. So they're enjoying themselves. A bit disappointing when the rain fell, and so were we, but they're back out quite quickly.
Zaidi charges Sufyan. Didn't quite get hold of that, but enough to get him across for 2 runs. You're right about that, Lenny. The kids are having fun. There you go once again. And it's been an excellent initiative to start the Youth Cup as being part of the US Open. And they waited patiently. And now they're getting the chance to play. Very good to see.
A ball pulled into the onside and it goes away for 4. So a commanding shot from Zaidi, and it brings up the 50. He's batted well.
Sufyan just got a bit too predictable with his short pitch length, and Zaidi picked that up very quickly and lifted it over square leg. Good batting from Zaidi, and as we keep saying, the skill level in this game from both the batsmen and the bowlers of both teams is quite high. It's very, very interesting to watch.
Again, and this one even further. And it's gone all the way over backward square. 6 runs to Zaidi. 59 for 2.
The quicker they come, the quicker they go. This is one of the biggest 6 of the tournament. Zaidi got hold of that all right. Once again, short of length from Sufyan, and he picked the length very, very quickly. He absolutely nailed that.
Yeah, 9 runs in the over. It has certainly brought the game very close to the camp of Somerset Cavaliers. And we were counting last night, Shaw, as we take another look at a beautiful stadium here, well lighted. The rain today may have given it that extra green color.
Yeah, the colors is absolutely amazing. The picture is stunning. And it'll be very fascinating to watch that replay from drone, the Zaidi 6, the way it flew into the night sky.
Yeah, certainly the game, with 19 runs to win from 24 balls. It appears that Somerset Cavaliers are on their way again into another semi. And we were doing some counting and we were backtracking last night, and this could be their 9th or 10th game on a winning streak, because their road to the championship last year would have meant that they would have had to win their quarterfinal, their semi-final, the championship game, and then, of course, their group stages. And here they have certainly repeated that.
Marshall's got hold of that as well. That's gone. That's even bigger. As Zaidi applauds, and Marshall has really nailed that one, and he really enjoyed that one. That's a fantastic stroke.
Well, that's a gift, an early Christmas gift here for Marshall. It's come at the right time, Christmas season. Here we go. Ball tossed it up on Marshall on the volley, just out of the park here at Broward County. And it's gone all the way, 65 for 2.
As we see Zaidi clapping his hands with his bat, just give him a celebration of Marshall's 6. We got a little hold up because we can't find that ball now. We got to get another one.
Yes, Shaw. The expense of the competitions committee now has gone up by 1 cricket ball.
We really enjoyed that. That was a spectacular hit from Marshall. See, he's not a big man, not a massive man, but the power in that hit, in the bat swing, the bat speed, he got really the sweet part of the bat.
Yes.
Flew and flew.
Yes, Shaw. I did notice that Marshall came out quite positive, and you know, your body language sometimes tells you a lot. And here we see the third umpire here running with a box of balls, and just making sure that another ball is being replaced here as play will continue. But Marshall means business tonight, and he has really given them a good showing here. He's up to 33 with a century already in the series.
The way he swung at that one, that could have landed out of town, but this time he got the toe end. He went too hard too soon. But as you rightly said, his body language has been very positive from the beginning. And I don't think he's in any mood to stop that. till he gets to the target.
So Marshall works this one into the onside, and the fact is, if you think Marshall is such trouble for you, if Scorpions think that Marshall is really a big deal with them, then watch who is batted up next. Andre Russell.
Yeah, dreadful sight for any bowling side in the world. Russell has got immense power. These boundaries, even this stadium, the whole arena is too small for him when he gets hold of one.
Yeah, he hasn't batted too much in this series, so he'll be raring to get a good knock before the series ends. And this series, by the way, ends tomorrow, so he's got to get something out in the middle.
Yeah,
anytime now.
You're right, but looks like it's not going to be tonight because Zaidi and Marshall will be saying, "We've got this, buddy. Don't worry about that." But Russell had scored an 80 earlier on in the game, but not in the main stadium. So he's in good hitting form.
So Pawan Kahar, ball pulled into the offside. A chance is given. And apparently it has been taken. So what a catch by the fielder. And Marshall has to go for 34. But perhaps the play of that ball there has to be a spectacular catch by the man out in the deep.
That's Myberg, I think. He judged that beautifully. That was flat and hard. He dived and full length diving forward. He caught it very, very cleanly. A sensational take in the deep. Not so easy to pick up, but it's absolutely brilliant fielding from Myberg. And Marshall had to leave the scene. As you watch this one, he's diving full length and got it cleanly. Superb fielding.
So Andre Russell comes out to the middle. 11 runs needed from 19 balls.
As you were rightly saying, if they're happy about getting rid of Marshall, the side of Andre Russell walking to the middle, that's nothing to be pleased about for the Scorpion bowlers. Pawan has got one ball to go. And guess what? Russell is on strike.
So Zaidi is on 26. And the partnership between Zaidi and Marshall yielded 54 from 38 balls. Very productive and in quick time.
Pawan didn't land correctly and he aborted, rightly so.
So Russell gets a swing out to long on. He gets off the mark. Nothing major in that shot. He has brought the equation down to 10 needed from 18. Well, in fact, there was a bit of event in that ball. Russell will retain strike.
That's what I was exactly going to say. Because he got his muscles flexed with this one, and he got the strike, got the legs pumping, and you see who's going to be in the hot seat for the next over. Take the challenge of bowling to Andre Russell.
Yes, Shaw, let me take this opportunity to say hello to some folks in New York City who's watching the feed. They've been following the feed, and these are the boys in New York City. Regardless of what the weather is on Christmas Day, they have an annual thing that has been going on for some 35 years or 30 years, and they go Christmas morning and play for a couple of hours. They play a cricket game on Christmas Day. Even if there's snow on the ground, they make sure that all the spades and everything is all ready just in case there's snow. So they're getting ready for their December 25th Christmas Day bash.
Shah is the new bowler, and Russell is quite content with the single.
Yeah, we've got 9 runs required from 17 balls. If 17 balls is any relevance to 9 runs here.
You're right. At the moment, it looks like Cavaliers have got this one in the bag. Zaidi will make sure he's there right at the end.
So ball outside the off stump, and now a wide. Interesting to know that the extras The extras for Florida Scorpions has been kept on a bit of a low. Oh, that one is tossed up, played into the deep. Fielder comes in, may have spilled the catch. And so a chance here for Zaidi. What should have been 70 for 4 is 71 for 3.
Second drop of the evening from the Scorpions. And as you compare that to the Cavaliers fielding, they caught everything that came their way. And as we said earlier, defending that kind of total, you got to even make sure you get hold of even half chances. Russell tries to swing at another one from Shah. It was a well-flighted delivery. Shah must be a brave man, giving that much air to Russell. 7 to go. One hit can bring the scores level as Russell is ready. Got that one high. Has he got enough of that? I don't think so. And yet again, it's been spilled by the fielder. And Andre Russell has got a chance. Shah has induced two chances for his side in this 1 over. And the fielders have let him down on both occasions.
Yes, Shaw, here we go. Ball in the air again. And it comes down. It will come down one day. And he doesn't hold on. So a couple of catches there. You're right. Catches, chances by both Zaidi and Russell. And as we would say, he had a chance to dismiss both batsmen.
Do you think if any international coaches are watching, Russell is not used to play that slow kind of a delivery, and he struggled so far. You think that apply against him in the future in the bigger leagues?
Well, Abhishek Shaw is, you rightly said, he's a brave man to toss up the ball. And I got to say, he has outfoxed Russell, and he's outfoxed Zaidi. The only thing he's been betrayed by some very poor catching by mid-off and mid-on.
Yeah, that big 0 showing in the wickets column. Shah doesn't deserve that. He's bowled a good over. Only 4 runs to go though, or 5 to win. 77 was Scorpions total, 78 to win. Zaidi on strike. See if he can finish this in one blow. He's very capable of that. As we watch Pavan once again.
So we've got semi-final after this, and Shaw, you had a good hand of what's going to happen with the matchup.
Yeah, the Cavaliers are up against the US All-Stars, considering that there's only the Academics left in this game, and the other one, the Atlanta Griffins, will take on the Bears. Very, very good matchup, actually. One of the matches of the tournament could be the Cavaliers and the USA All-Stars.
So ball defended here by Russell in a T10 game.
Ooh, that's unheard of. He's giving respect to Pavan. He's swung at as many balls as he's faced so far, 5, without much result. So he's decided, let's give these boys some respect.
So we got 4 runs to win this game.
Another scar. The fielder's coming underneath it, but I
Game
think
over.
Hustle's got just enough of that. It fell outside the fence. 6 runs.
No ball.
And it's a no ball as well, but it's only academic as the target has been reached. Russell finally got away with a big blow. He didn't get anywhere near the middle of the bat, but it's still good enough to get him the 6 runs and the victory for Cavaliers.
Well, yeah, very emphatic victory here for Cavaliers. They continue to win every single game in the last 2 years here at the US Open. Here's the customary handshake. Good gamesmanship regardless of win, lose, or draw. And the Scorpions will finally exit the tournament. Cavaliers, on the other hand, has some ways to go. They still have their semi-final and their cup to defend. So there we go. Here's a look at his scorecard. A couple of quick wickets for Cavalier. Lewis, the big man, fell early. Hassan was out first ball. Marshall came in and played the biggest innings. He got 34 from just 20 balls. Zaidi, a 58-run partnership between the pair. He got 29. And Russell at the end didn't needed much work when he came in. All the heavy lifting was already done by Marshall and company. And the bowling, nothing to write home about here, Shah.
Yeah, Anis and Sufyan provided a very, very good start. Exciting couple of overs with 2 wickets. But after that, the Cavaliers boys were too good. And the target has been reached very easily. And semi-final beckons for the Cavaliers. They will line up against the USA All-Stars. At this moment, as we're ready for the presentation, we'll take a short break. And we'll come back with the first semi-final in a very short while.